Righto, morning everyone, and welcome to day 3, the third and final day of our little mission around Cradle Mountain. How are we feeling this morning, Little? Cold. It actually wasn't that bad last night, to be fair, I didn't think. But yeah, we've got 7 Ks to hike out to Dove Lake. We're going to do a little side trip to a waterfall coming out of Twisted Lakes. So stay tuned for that. I'm hoping it's going to be a cool little falls. But it should only be a few hours on the track, a pretty short day, and therefore a fairly short video. Essentially today is going to just be on these sort of slightly rougher tracks compared to the overland. They're still good tracks, and we kind of climb up the top of the escarpment there. When it's a clear day, you get amazing views to the back of Cradle Mountain along here, but obviously nothing today because it's pretty dark and fogged in still. But it's a really, really beautiful walk, again, when the weather's a bit clearer. Pretty cool big waterfall coming down the side of Cradle Mountain there. I assume it's ephemeral rainfall fed after it rained all night, but still quite impressive. We're going with Flynn's Falls for the name of it because it comes out of Flynn's Tarn up above there, and is definitely worth the name. I know it's been raining, but it's a pretty big, significant creek. You have to flow a lot of the time. Passing Artist's Pool now. We've done a bit of climbing, not super steep, but steep enough to get a blood pumping a bit. And this is, Artist's Pool, a beautiful little spot with the trees coming over it. And when it's clear, it's a gorgeous backdrop there of Wandorfer's Tower. Right, hit our junction. So that way is the face track, which we passed on the first day going to the Cradle Summit. 1 hour 45 to Dove Lake Car Park via Hanson's Peak and Twisted Lakes. Let's do it. 5 minutes later, next little turn off here. So we're going to come back, end up going straight ahead here. But first stop, we're going to go to the right. Check out Twisted Lakes, about 300 metres away, and then duck down to find a little waterfall. See how we go. First bit of Twisted Lake, it's kind of a funky system where you've got a lake there, a lake here, another lake just behind it, and they're kind of all part of the same lake, but kind of not. And the falls drops out of the next one along, which is only just a teeny bit further. It'd be glorious here in autumn with all the fagus around, I reckon. So our falls are basically right behind that little dome there. We're going to leave the track here. It's kind of a bit of an animal trail, it looks like, going that way, and follow along that kind of pretty open ridge, and that'll get us to the falls. Only 140 metres from here, so not far at all. Shouldn't take too long, hopefully. Well, the highlight here really is these incredible views into the gorge out there. Just spectacular with the clouds rising. The long and the short of it is Twisted Lake Falls is a bit of a bust at this stage. You can hear some water falling in there, but it's so choked up with trees. You can just get a glimpse of it in there, kind of. And I'm kind of on a cliff here, so I'm going to see about scrambling down further so I can get some sort of view, but this one is probably going in the never again list. Well, I dumped Lil off at the top because I was like, yeah, this looks pretty shitty, and I was right, it was pretty shitty. Firmly in the never again list, Twisted Lakes Falls, but I found a spot not many have, which is always kind of fun. Have a look. That's where I was coming down. I mean, it almost undersells how shitty that was. Like, just vertical, holding onto all this dead shitty wood. And then we have our waterfall. Actually kind of interesting with that tree growing down the face of it. I didn't run my camera down, unfortunately, although it'd be very hard to photograph anyway. But yeah, I mean, it's small, but it's actually kind of cool. Interesting shape. Not one I'd really recommend though. This is the surroundings. Yeah, not much doing. Home stretch now. 1.5 hours to Dove Lake. I reckon we might beat that time too. but we're pretty fogged in, unfortunately, so I don't think we're going to see much from Hanson's Peak or from anywhere else for that matter. Alright, you made it to Hanson's Peak, Hanson's Lake down there. You can see the track, the alternate route back. You can see just bits of Dove Lake. You normally get a great view of Cradle from here, but obviously not today. But yeah, pretty cool. Made it to our last high point of the trip. Now it's all downhill from here. Plateau Falls just revealing itself straight ahead. Pretty impressive falls. On the last part of the trek now, just basically following parallel Dove Lake, very scenic. And it's just sort of rocky, steep in places, descending, but yeah. We've been able to see the visitor centre for a while now, so it's just kind of been just edging closer and closer. Coming for a hot jockey down there. Back to civilization. Dove Lake track. Nearly back at the car park. And we're going to get a shuttle back to our car at Ronnie Creek. Okay, so we made it back to Ronnie Creek. We kind of cheated in the end. We just got the bus from Dove Lake because we were like, more walking doesn't sound very good, to be honest. So it was not really that hard of a day. Like, it was only 8 Ks of walking, 3.5 hours, but just being the third day of a 3-day hike, you're always feeling it a little bit, especially with the weather not being ideal. But what are your overall thoughts, Lil?
Wow, I look crazy, but
bad hair to have both of us.
But it was really fun. It was really good, and it was really cool to climb Cradle Mountain. And I really liked quite a few of the waterfalls in Waterfall Valley. But yeah, Tassie weather and sore shoes and a broken sore feet, a broken shoe.
Yeah, Lil's sole was falling off her shoe, which wasn't ideal.
So yeah, a lot of falling over too from me, but it was fun.
Yeah. So obviously this is part 3 of a 3-part hike, so go back and check out parts 1 and 2 if you want. Day 1 we did Cradle Mountain Summit, day 2 we did Waterfall Valley and a bunch of waterfalls around there. This is kind of the concluding part of the video. But if you've watched all 3, thanks for sticking around for all 3 parts of this video. That's it from us. We'll see you wherever we go next.
Bye!